So, what are you doing to learn and celebrate Haitian Heritage Month? If you live in cities with large Haitian communities, New York City, Boston, Miami, look for local events. Now, we are continuing our Haitian Heritage Month series with another deep dive into Haitian history and cuisines. For all the times you have heard that Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, did you ever stop and ask why? What series of events led here? Because it did not happen by accident, it happened by design. The United States has a long documented history of undermining Haitian sovereignty whenever it served American political and economic interests, from propping up violent dictators to blaming Haiti for the AIDS crisis in the 1980s. But one of the most devastating and least discussed acts of American imperialism against Haiti wasn't a military invasion, it was an agricultural one. It targeted Haiti's most essential food. Attack the rice and you starve the people. Today, we are going to dig into exactly how that happened. Welcome to Heritage Food Stories, Season 2, Episode 4, How Agricultural Imperialism Destroyed Haiti's Rice Crop. I'm your host, Chef Mireille, chef, food historian, and culinary storyteller with a lifelong passion for exploring global cuisines and the stories behind the food we eat. Here we explore history, migrations, and food and discover how they are all connected. Before we get started, though, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. Before we can understand what was taken, we have to understand what rice means to Haitian people. This is not a side dish. This is not a weekly staple. Rice is served at the majority of Haitian meals every single day. Rice is the backbone of the cuisine. Rice is life in Haiti. And Haitian rice is not just any rice. It is widely regarded across the Caribbean as the finest rice cookery in the region. The flavor, the technique, the generational knowledge that goes into cooking Haitian rice to the perfect consistency and texture, that is not something you replicate with an import. From Didi Jean, that stunning black mushroom rice, to Didi Collet Akpoa, rice and beans cooked together until they are something completely their own, to Didi Jardiniere, the variety and depth of Haitian rice dishes is extraordinary. Each one is a story. Each one carries history. When you eat rice every day, variety matters, technique matters, and for Haitian farmers, growing rice wasn't just about feeding families. It was an economy, a culture, a way of life that had been cultivated for nearly 2 centuries. Haiti fed itself. That is the part of the story that most people don't know because it complicates the narrative the West has built around Haiti. Before the 1980s, Haiti was self-sufficient in rice. The Artibonite Valley, located in the center west of the country, was one of the most productive rice growing regions in the entire Caribbean. Haitian farmers weren't just feeding their nation, they had surplus. They were competitive on the world market. The country that the world now calls the poorest in the Western Hemisphere once fed itself entirely and exported the excess. Haiti also carried the weight of a far older agricultural legacy. When it was still the French colony of Saint-Domingue, it was the wealthiest colony in the world, producing roughly 40 to 50% of Europe's sugar and 60% of its coffee. That wealth was built on the backs of enslaved Africans. And when those enslaved people won their freedom in 1804 and founded the first free Black republic in the world, the international community made sure Haiti would pay for that audacity for generations. But that is a longer story, which we delved into in last week's episode. The point here is this: Haiti knew how to produce food. Haiti had produced food for itself and for the world. The collapse that came later was not inevitable, it was engineered. Now, most people who know this story start with Bill Clinton. Clinton is important and we will get to him, but the assaults on Haiti's food sovereignty actually began earlier under Ronald Reagan. In 1983, Reagan's Caribbean Basin initiative dramatically increased the flow of subsidized American agricultural products into Haiti. U.S. aid actively encouraged Haiti to move away from domestic food production and toward importing grain staples from the international market, specifically from the United States. American rice, heavily subsidized by the federal government, began undercutting Haitian farmers who had no equivalent government support. The goal explicitly was to develop Haiti's cities into manufacturing hubs for American companies, particularly in textiles. To do that, you needed to pull people off their farms and into factories. Dismantling rural agriculture was part of the plan. Then, the Duvalier dictatorship ended. To understand what happened next, you need to understand the complicated history of Haiti under the Duvaliers. Papa Doc, Francois Duvalier, and his son, Baby Doc, Jean-Claude Duvalier, who ruled the country for a combined 30 years. The Duvalier regime was violent. Political opponents disappeared. Freedoms were suppressed. My own father was among the activists who had to flee Haiti before he became one of those disappeared. That history is real and it's personal to me. But here is what is also true. The United States largely left Haiti alone during that period because Papa Doc knew exactly what leverage he held. In the 1950s, American foreign policy was dominated by the fear of communism. Papa Doc used that threat. If you pressure me, I might let communism take hold to extract over an estimated $900 million in American funds during his rule. The United States was more afraid of another Cuba in the region than it was troubled by Duvalier's disregard for democracy and human life. This tells you everything you need to know about what America actually values. When Baby Doc took power in 1971 after his father's death, relations with the U.S. remained stable until the Haitian people had enough. By the mid-1980s, rebellion had broken out. Baby Doc's regime collapsed. The United States, seeking to avoid a violent regional crisis, facilitated his exile on February 7, 1986, and installed a military government until democratic elections could be held. What happened immediately after Baby Doc's exit set the stage for the agricultural catastrophe that followed. The U.S. pressured the transitional military government under General Henri Namfi to liberalize Haiti's economy, slashing import tariffs, closing state-owned industries, cutting the budget of the government's agricultural agency in the Artibonite Valley, and opening all ports to commercial activity. Cheap American rice was already flowing in. The market protections that had allowed Haitian farmers to survive were being dismantled before anyone had even held a democratic vote. Then came the devil's bargain. In December 1990, Haiti held its first free democratic elections. Jean-Bertrand Aristide won by an overwhelming majority. He was a priest who had risen from the slums of Port-au-Prince. He promised change. He challenged the elites. He was not going to play by Washington's rules. In September 1991, just 7 months after his inauguration, a CIA-backed military coup led by General Raúl Cedras ousted Aristide from power. The official U.S. position condemned the coup. The actual U.S. position was rather different. Cedras had been trained in the United States and funded by the CIA. From 1991 to 1994, nearly 5,000 Aristide supporters and democracy activists were massacred under Cedras. Hundreds of thousands fled. Rape was used as a political weapon. Clinton posed as a mediator, negotiating Aristide's return, while Cedras continued to murder people, and rice smuggling under Cedras allowed cheap American imports to pour in unchecked. When Aristide finally returned to Haiti in 1994 with American military support, the price of that return was deadly. As a condition of U.S. backing, Haiti was pressured to accept a structural adjustment program administered by the IMF and World Bank. Among the terms, slash rice import tariffs from 50% to 3%, the lowest of any country in the Western Hemisphere, and dramatically lower than even other Caribbean nations. For comparison, the Caribbean community's common external tariff on rice was 25%. The tariff cut was implemented in 1995, and it was, in the words of Haitian farmers, "plat la main," the death plan. American rice could now be sold in Haiti at 30 to 50% less than what Haitian farmers could charge. The Artibonite Valley collapsed. Farmers lost their livelihoods. People who had fed themselves and their communities for generations were now destitute. They flooded Port-au-Prince looking for work, building hillside slums out of necessity, out of desperation. The same overcrowded, underbuilt hillsides that would become ground zero for the 2010 earthquake. By 2003, approximately 80% of all rice consumed in Haiti was imported from the United States. Haiti, which had fed itself for centuries, could no longer feed itself. Now, in March 2010, Bill Clinton stood before the U.S. Senate Foreign Relations Committee, by then serving as the United Nations Special Envoy for Haiti, and said this: "Since 1981, the United States has followed a policy that we rich countries that produce a lot of food should sell it to poor countries and relieve them of the burden of producing their own food, so thank goodness they can leap directly into the industrial era." It has not worked. It may have been good for some of my farmers in Arkansas, but it has not worked. It was a mistake. It was a mistake that I was a party to. I have to live every day with the consequences of the lost capacity to produce a rice crop in Haiti, to feed those people because of what I did. It was a remarkable admission, but it was also an incomplete one. Clinton's apology made him personally responsible for the 1994 structural adjustment conditions. What it left out was that the groundwork had been laid since 1983, that the IMF and World Bank were co-architects of the destruction, that American agribusiness companies had been making hundreds of millions of dollars off Haitian rice imports for years. In 1994 alone, one company, Early Industries, reported $373 million in Haitian rice sales, and it left out the rice smuggling enabled by the Cedras regime, which had been undermining Haitian tariffs even before they were officially cut. Clinton said he had to live with the consequences. The Haitian people are the ones actually living them. And it was not only rice. U.S. agricultural policy destroyed Haiti's peanut and sugar industries as well, a country that had once been the sugar capital of the world. Under colonial slavery, yes, but productive nonetheless, now had to import the most basic food supplies. The attack on Haiti's rice wasn't enough. The attack on Haiti's food sovereignty was not the only front of this assault on Haitian dignity. While American trade policy was stripping Haiti of its agricultural independence, American waste management was looking at Haiti as a solution to its own problems. In September 1986, a cargo ship left Philadelphia carrying approximately 14,000 tons of toxic incinerator ash. New environmental regulations in the United States had made domestic dumping illegal, so the waste had to go somewhere else. The ship spent the next 2 years roaming the Atlantic, turned away by the Bahamas, Dominican Republic, Honduras, Panama, Bermuda, Guinea-Bissau, and the Dutch Antilles. In January 1988, the ship arrived in Gonaïves, Haiti. The crew told Haitian authorities the ash was fertilizer. Approximately 3,700 tons were unloaded onto a beach before Greenpeace intervened, notifying the Haitian government of what the material actually was, and the commerce minister ordered the ash removed. The ship slipped away before it could be forced to comply, leaving the toxic ash behind on Haitian soil. The rest of the cargo, approximately 10,000 tons, was dumped into the Atlantic and Indian Oceans. The ship changed its name multiple times to evade accountability. It took until the year 2000 for the ash left in Haiti to finally be removed. In 1989, the Basin Convention was adopted in direct response to exactly this kind of environmental colonialism. The practice of wealthy nations disposing of their hazardous waste in poorer countries. By 2024, 191 countries had ratified it. The United States signed it in 1990 and to this day has never ratified it. The only developed country in the world that still has not. The earthquake. On January 12, 2010, a 7.0 magnitude earthquake struck Haiti. The official death toll was approximately 220,000 people. The overcrowded hillside slums of Port-au-Prince, built by those farmers who had been pushed off their land by American agricultural policy, was ground zero. Then came a cholera epidemic introduced by UN peacekeeping forces from Nepal. Then hurricanes. Then a political collapse. Hit after hit after hit. But here is what also happened after 2010. Haitian people decided to rebuild their rice industry. Initiatives were launched to restore irrigation canals in the Artibonite Valley, improve local milling capacity, increase access to Haitian seed varieties, and encourage the consumption of locally grown rice. Slowly, very slowly, the work continues. In my own Brooklyn neighborhood, with its large Caribbean community, I now see Haitian rice on my supermarket shelves. That means something. Haitian rice is not only more flavorful, research has shown it is nutritionally superior to American imported rice. And Haiti saw a documented rise in diabetes after the forced switch to American varieties. The people are fighting back. They are rebuilding what was taken from them. Haiti is not a failed nation. Haiti is a nation that was targeted specifically and systematically because it was the first free Black republic in the world. Let me say that again. Because it was the first free Black republic in the world. And the Western powers that depended on slavery and colonialism could not allow that to stand. The punishment had been ongoing for over 2 centuries, taking different forms in different eras. Economic isolation after independence, an indemnity of 150 million francs extorted by France as the price of diplomatic recognition, a debt Haiti did not finish paying until 1947. American occupation from 1915 to 1934. Support for violent dictators when it served U.S. interests. Agricultural imperialism that stripped the country of its ability to feed itself and a refusal to sign the only international treaty designed to stop wealthy nations from treating poor ones as dumping grounds. The next time you sit down to a plate of diri Jean-Jean or diri collé à pois, whether at a Haitian restaurant or at a friend's table or in your own kitchen, remember what rice represents. It represents not just a cuisine, but a people's right to feed themselves, a right that was deliberately stolen away, and it is slowly, determinedly being reclaimed. Haiti is not poor because of its people. Haiti is poor because of what was done to it. Those are two completely different sentences, and they require two completely different responses. Haiti may be a poor country, but it is winning. The resilience of its people will always win. Now, as always, we end with the food. As we've discussed in this episode, for Haitian people, rice is life. Now, here are three of my favorite rice dishes you need to try. Diri Jean-Jean. The mushrooms needed to make this iconic Haitian black rice is grown exclusively in the northern mountainous regions of Haiti. Once hard to find in the United States, the dried mushroom of this iconic rice dish is now available in markets in Caribbean neighborhoods and on Amazon. Diricole, Haitian-style rice and beans layered with flavor and technique. Didi jardiniere, Haitian-style vegetable rice. Packed with veggies, it can also sometimes include meat. This rice has traditionally included a variety of vegetables, illustrating Haiti's fertile land for crop production. Links to recipes and other resources will be in the show notes. For deeper dives, don't forget to subscribe to my Substack. Thank you for listening, and don't forget you can find a library of over 1,000 recipes from all over the world on my website at globalkitchentravels.com. Enjoying heritage food stories? Share this episode with someone who loves food, history, or both. See you next time.